A mother's grief turned to rage.
Says she found a dead body in a trash can.
After learning that dead body was her missing daughter.
It's been hell. I have no answers to nothing.
For any mother to have known that her child was put in a trash can and thrown away like trash, I mean, that's devastating.
Heather Walker was born on Thanksgiving Day, 1989, and lived her whole life on Dayton's East Side.
She was fun. She was very likable. She had a lot of friends.
Childhood family pictures show a happy girl who loved her big brother and her dog and wanted to be a hairstylist.
People would pay her to do their hair to go out. She would make her money on the side doing some hair.
At barely 18 and not yet finished with high school, Heather lived with her parents, her brother, and her 2-year-old son.
She loved that baby. They played hide and seek all the time.
A couple of weeks before she disappeared, Heather underwent a cervical cancer procedure and was prescribed Vicodin. By February 9th, she felt stronger and walked to her brother's birthday party at a friend's house, taking the vial of pills with her, says her mother, in case she had pain. Heather left the party sometime after 11. The last time anyone saw Heather Walker was late Saturday night, February 9th, 2008. She was with a friend here at Sam's Market on East 3rd Street. The next morning, Heather's mom got a call from that friend asking, did Heather make it home all right? Tammy Walker thinks that friend knows something about what happened to her daughter. Tammy and her husband reported Heather missing later that day. Though she'd left home before to see her son's father, this time was different.
No phone call. Nobody seen her.
Tammy gathered friends to put up flyers with Heather's picture all over East Dayton. Waiting for word about her daughter was
unbearable. I don't want that baby. Go to her bedroom door. Yelling for his mommy. All I knew what to do was just pick him up and hold him and tell him I wanted her home too.
The waiting ended 11 weeks later.
Oh, hard to deal with it because I'm having flashbacks.
Wilburn Gibson was walking to work that April morning when a screaming woman called him into the alley at 3rd and Jersey.
We walked over to the can, he raised the lid, and there she was, head first in the trash can with her feet in the air. Never will forget it.
Family and friends turned the alley into a makeshift memorial. There was some initial speculation Heather died of a drug overdose, but an autopsy on the badly decomposed body proved otherwise.
But it is actually determined a homicide. So it wasn't a drug overdose, it is actually a homicide, but of unknown means.
This is what was left on my daughter, an eyeliner, rings.
Heather's ID and pill bottle were missing. Tammy viewed her daughter's remains and, based on what she saw, believed someone kept the body somewhere else until just days before she was found.
Because whoever had her for those 2.5 months was pouring reddish-brown paint all over my daughter.
Police questioned dozens of people, among them the friend Heather was with the last night she was seen. And as I learned, they also interviewed Wilburn Gibson.
You actually were called down to talk to the police about it at one point?
Yeah.
He says that happened after he discussed the case with someone.
And they had called downtown and told the detectives that I done it, I was in on it, and I done it, and I knowed about it. And so the detectives contacted me, asked me to come down, and I told them the same thing I'm telling them now.
A cold-hearted, a monster did this. And there was more than one person that had to get her in that can.
Detective Patty Tackett agrees and believes there are people still around who know what happened to Heather Walker.
There is probably more than one person that knows, and I believe that there are people that have been talking about it and that do have information about this.
If only someone would come forward and give the Walker family some peace.
Justice will give Heather peace. And that's what I would like for her to have. Nobody's child deserves to be put in a trash can.